Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. This is going to be a video right after I put all my supers on, and going to get into this hive number 30. When I did my hive rotation inspections, this hive here didn't have much in the top, and down in the bottom seems like I couldn't find a queen, and I didn't find any brood, no cap brood, larva, eggs, nothing. And so I think this is a queenless hive. So my plans are to get in this, look for that queen again, look for a sign of a queen, and if there's not, I'm going to pull that box with the bees remaining and move it over to hive number 1. That's a really weak hive that's got a okay queen in it, I think, and I'll just newspaper combine it, and that'll take care of this. And I'm going to shut this location down because I hate these hives over here in the trees. They're a pain in the butt to work on. There's ticks over here, and if I just take a couple steps this way, I'll go rolling down the hill. It's pretty steep. So this is where I put my very first beehive. I thought this was a great spot. Oh, and in this shade, hive beetles are the bees can handle it, but the hive beetles are bad in this location. So let's get in here and see if it's still queenless, see what's going on, and we'll newspaper combine it if we can get it done before this rain that's coming. Okay, see if we can get all this done in the nick of time. My mic battery is on its last leg too, which the receiver battery failed on the prior video. Now the mic battery's going. I can't win for losing. All right, well, there's a decent amount of bees right there. That's weird looking. That's kind of a propolis looking funky comb. So we want to take care of this before it goes laying worker on us, because that's just no good for anybody. I about decided laying worker hives aren't worth trying to recover. It's better just to get rid of them and start over. It takes so long to correct them, and then once you get them corrected, they don't amount to much. Been my experience anyway. So we still got some pollen patty up here. Get through this as fast as we can. Lots of propolis in here. A little bit of honey. Honey pollen. Lots of resources in here. Honey pollen. Same. See, this should have brood all over it right here. There's a drone right there. So we're right where the brood chamber ought to be with that pollen all around it, and there's nothing going on. And I believe this had one of the Wildflower Meadows queens in here. In fact, I'm sure there was, because I went back and looked. So something happened to her over winter. Unless I just failed to see her. But there's no brood in here either, last time. Still no brood. Honey on these corners and a little bit of pollen. A lot of bees in here. There's a hive beetle larva. Already. Not seeing any signs of a queen. Here's a single drone cell right here. And there's a drone larva in there. So somebody laid that. I hear thunder. Oh, I see a queen. I see a virgin queen. There she is right there. She's a dud. I'm gonna set this aside and look for more signs of brood. But we need to pull her out of there, get a new queen. This would be a good hive to requeen, but I'm just going to take the resources and get them out of here. Get them out of this location. Close this spot down. So now we're getting into honey. Lots of nectar there. Yeah, I didn't spot that queen before. She doesn't look bred very well. She's pretty small. So she probably was a super seeder queen from late in the fall or sometime in the winter. And there's no drones for her to go mate with. So she's failed to mate. All right, we've seen everything we need to see up here. Take a quick look at the bottom. Scoop that apart where she was at. So we got our queen in the clip here. She's a good looking queen. Gosh, but she ain't doing her job. That is for certain. It's amazing to me how strong this hive is. These are all overwintered bees, because she's not laid a thing. There's nothing down here. All this is empty. There's absolutely nothing going on in the bottom. It's all looking like that. So, I'm going to shake the bees that are left into this top box. I'm going to set it back here, reduce it down. So I've switched the boxes, I've rotated them. So the majority of the bees are now in this box. The old top, that's where the queen was. I'm going to shake all these into there. Okay, since it's getting really cloudy and kind of dark, the bees are all going to work their way into this hive here. And I'm going to go get some newspaper and prep number 1 hive and get it ready. And hopefully I can get that done before it starts raining. If not, we can do this tomorrow. So I'm going to run up and get some newspaper and prep number 1. Okay, here's hive number 1. Got a big chunk of propolis here. This is where I stacked a lot of it when I was doing my rotations. I didn't get it stored away. So this hive was really weak coming out of winter. It was 2 hives that were a double screen combined to get them through winter. The other hive on top I moved over to number 5. This one was really weak, so when I did my rotations I found a strong hive, a couple down. I added a brood frame and a frame of honey. So, and it is queen right with a laying queen, just not your strongest hive. And I got a empty feeder in here. Whoa, and they are pissy as can be. Let's do a quick queen check before we go to all this trouble. So here is our donor frame. And some emerging brood on there. Few capped larvae. Looks like they may have let some of those larvae die. There wasn't enough bees in here to take care of the larvae that came over. Someone asked a question or made a comment about this hive. Should I have put a frame in here that had more capped? The answer is yes. Thing is, the hive I was going through, there wasn't a frame that was just totally capped. So the best one I found was probably about 75%. So here's our queen marked in a nice brood pattern. So she's doing well. Right there, there's all of her capped brood. So let's get her put away. There's definitely more bees in here than there were before, which is a good thing. I also shook a frame of nurse bees into this hive from that donor hive. I need to get some frames from over there to fill this in, then we'll get the newspaper on it. Okay, it's starting to sprinkle. I'll put that in there. That's got a little bit of pollen on it. And this one looks pretty good. Lots of propolis on these. I'm just going to leave those pollen patties right there in the middle. So I found this packing filler. That'll make a good combine. It's thicker, which is what I want. I don't want them to combine real fast, and I'm not going to cut slits in it. Get this on there to keep the rain off it. I'm going to go get the top. Come right back. All right, I just threw the whole beehive on my four-wheeler and brought it over here. All right, we squished a few bees here, but that's okay. This stuff makes good smoker fuel and starter as well. All right, I'm gonna shake these remaining bees off here kind of in the front of this hive. There's so much garbage on there. That probably didn't help much. Maybe they'll find their way in there. Okay, how's that for using every last minute of what we had for today? So it's starting to rain fairly decent now, heavy sprinkle. So I need to get everything picked up and get it back and get my camera out of the rain. So basically what we've done here is given this weak hive a super huge boost with this hive here that had quite a bit of population and a failed queen. She was not doing anything except I don't know what she was doing. She wasn't doing queen stuff. She was just running around looking in the cells, but there were no eggs, nothing. So yeah, she's over there in the clip, so we'll put her in the swarm lure, a little dropper, and keep her there. So that's one reason that that hive had not gone laying worker, because it was queen right. They could smell the queen pheromone, they were good, they knew they were queen right, so none of the workers decided to start doing their laying thing and have a laying worker hive, which I was talking about those earlier. Those are terrible to get corrected. Got the thunder going. So anyway, I better wrap this up and get out of here. So yeah, this hive I think is going to do good. We might even put a honey super on this thing later. We'll see. But that's the end. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.